Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Just to say, Shah loves you, and welcome to the Twilight Zone Freaky Wednesday. I'm going to talk about a couple things about stepping out of our comfort zones to becoming a better version of yourself. I have had some guests who wanted to do a podcast, but I thought I'd speak about this today because I think it's pretty important, and how we are all evolving to the better being we are. So stepping out of your comfort zone. I've stepped out many journeys out of my comfort zone, and I've always believed in my intuition. I've always known that wherever I chose for a reason, and the reason was to either make myself stronger or learn a bit more about myself. And I think this is the magical thing about knowing oneself. There's many people who like to live the 9 to 5 jobs. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong, but I'm just saying that there are categories of people who like to live the 9 to 5 jobs, get their car, get their mortgage for their house, have their 2 children, cat and dog, and like to live a normal life. And then you've got the other category of people who are free spirits, who are willing to put themselves out there into different scenarios and different situations for growth, for just growth. And I can see it now. It's got to a point where the first category of people have started to awake and realize, it ain't just about that. It ain't just about the basic things of life. What others have broadcasted, what they say that this is how you should live. It's about really, truly finding the balance, what makes you happy within. We are full of potential and full of patterns we don't even know. We've yet to explore, but we're masters at it. So this is where it's interesting of how people break away from their comfort zones so they can truly see their true self, to find out what they really want and who they are, what is their purpose on this world. We're all messengers in one way or another. We all have a great story to tell. So it's a kind of equation of realization of we are mostly all going through the similar kind of story, but just in different time frames. This is why you can simulate. I don't know if that's the right word. Never mind. Okay, I'll scrap that word. This is where you can relate to others. Younger or older. When you get to an age, you get to a point when you look at people, you're like, oh my, I've been there. I know what you're thinking. Not know what you're thinking, but I know where your mind is at this particular time. And isn't it great to recognize that? And I've recognized that, and many people out there recognize that as well. And so what do? We share our knowledge. I know I share my knowledge as in a peaceful and loving frequency. I'm only sharing my knowledge of my own personal experience. I'm not telling people what to do. I'm just saying this is what worked for me, and this is how I become who I am now. And still working on myself, and still working on the story what's yet to occur. There's loads of chapters what have gone. Now there's new books and new chapters to write. And we've all got it. We like it. They say it's a never-ending story, because it is. Why do you think in this timeline now everyone's trying to tune into their previous lives and trying to find out who they were? Because it's becoming a big thing. We're realizing our ancestors have a big part of us, and we are our ancestors. So we can feel them talking to us, vibrations, times of depression, sadness. At times, they're not your feelings. They're throwbacks from chains and contracts you've not broken away from your previous lives. So now this is where it becomes brilliant, because now people are stepping out of their comfort zone to find the question they are searching for. And they're going to try anything they wish to get the answer. You know, even if it's down to having going to see a shaman and doing some ceremonies, or if it is just going to yoga or sound therapies, or just going to pull yourself away from the city and going to having a break with nature, camping, and bringing your essence back to your core, and that is nature. We were all tribe people once. Ancestors were all tribe people. It ain't till this day and age now where they've made things hard. I mean, they've made things too easy for us. Look what we do now. We go to the supermarkets. What are the supermarkets now? If you took back 200 years, what are the supermarkets? The supermarkets are the hunting zones. They're the old markets. So, you know, this is where before we were active. We used to go out. We used to gather. We used to forage. We used to collect our food and have that frequency and balance with nature. Now what do we need to do? Pick up a phone, dial, ding dong, it's delivered to your door. You know, in a way, we live in the way of the gods. We are gods and goddesses, you know, and we are deep inside us. That's what we truly are. But they're allowing us now in this three-dimensional world to have it too easy, so we forget our essence of who we truly are. That's what they try to take away from us. This is why we're getting a mass awakening worldwide. People stepping out their comfort zones to make them see and realize the potential and the amazing creativity and artists and musicians they are. You know, they've never believed in themselves, ever. And that's a very, very important thing, is belief. There's times where, even when I was a kid, I used to sing and people used to tell me, shut up, or, you know, be quiet. And you know how damaging that was for me? That was really damaging. It was like my voice wasn't allowed to be heard. No one was allowed to, I wasn't allowed to speak or talk. So, you know, from coming from that young age, growing up, and especially being dyslexic, you know, it was like a kind of stun. I didn't know where I was, who I was, what was I doing, and all these people completely different to me. I felt more alien-like, but I always stepped out of the comfort zone just to test myself, you know, just to test and see what happens, even at a young kid. And it was a kind of, okay, I got myself in sticky situations, but I survived and I got myself out of it. But I was constantly challenging myself. And now I look back in my life now, I feel like my whole life has been a huge, beautiful test. A test to the great council above who are watching and guiding me and sending me the great angels and messages at times for me to see. At times I didn't see them. I wasn't awoken. I wasn't ready for them. But now it's got to a point where I can see, feel, touch, and speak. An amazing frequency, what is resonating for not just me but other people out there, because they're all feeling and sensing and touching the same, and that is, you know, love. Love is resonating in such a beautiful way. I've seen now so many people blossom around me, you know, of bringing out their true passion. And if you can bring your passion out, then suddenly a lot of the pressure around you is disappeared, because if you can work and live your passion and your hobby, then you're in cloud nine, you're in paradise. And that's what it's about. It's about creating something that you enjoy doing, not working for no one, working for yourself. Bring your art into the world, bring your creativity into the world. This is the time now for us all to unite and bring that love out. It's time. It's time, because it's not just us saying it, it's the ancestors who are guiding us through these times of fear, but times of creativity. These are times now where we should be strong and pull together and make sure that we are who we are. And what we speak is what we do. Okay? So this is a big shout out to all you beautiful people out there who are making a difference. And I just wish for you to have a great day, a great afternoon, a great evening. Always be the best version you can. Just remember the divine light is shining through you at all times. Love yourself. Make the choices what are going to make you happy and your loved ones happy. But you come first. You must come first. Because if you don't, then it's going to take you a long time to find yourself. So, mwah. And may you all have a great time. Love you all.